Kufu Anu Ali El, aka Rashid Ali El. For my youth, especially the young brothers and sisters I see out here, I got a lot in y'all, you know what I mean? It's a lot of gold and diamonds and rubies and pearls.
Everyone's a fan of the Steelers, and the Steelers and dope parallel, because when it comes to racial tension, put some hair one in front of two fiends that are racist, and let's see that and watch how that racism disappears.
There's a whole history in Pittsburgh of African Americans being pushed from one neighborhood to another. The economic divisions are also often racial divisions.
You can do all the social stuff you want to do. Right now, in this capitalistic country, we have to talk about economics.
We really have to make sure that young people in our community are promise ready and ready for the opportunities that colleges offer.
This area is going to become a whole different looking shopping district. I believe that the Commons will have an issue unless they learn to organize and they're able to get together, and they're going to be the next target to be taken down just like Allegheny dwellings.
Fowler with a lead at second. Here comes the 2-2.
This whole exchange of turnovers.
Dope fiends and drug addicts with serious habits. Pittsburgh Steelers touchdowns. Look at these clowns running around for that high. I don't know why. I just sit back in my jitney trap just watching me drive by. It's a unique city, man. I mean, I call it a city. We got Pittsburgh, but the north side is like a city. You know, you have a mixture of different people. One thing about this city is that it's not so much based on ethnicity. Everything seems to be black and white, although we all know that there's an ethnic to everybody, ethnicity to everybody. But here it's like a black and white type of situation. You can have the ghetto right here, and then right next to there, you have a group of people who are making some serious money, you know, and they interact, go into the store. It's a unique situation, you know.
Hello, you two. This is third. Is it third?
Wherever I'm at, especially black men, young black boys, you know, the thing that happened to my pops made me have a certain empathy. You know what I mean? I seen the responsibilities that adults should have had, but necessarily didn't. I can see my people. I can see the struggle. I can see the toil. So that's why I got a lot of the youth around me now. You know, I engage in dialogue with them. I listen to them. And just some of the certain aspects of the communities don't even engage with each other, and they literally across the street, you know what I'm saying? It's important to know each other's culture because you can have more respect.
First, you have to know self in order to have self-esteem. If I don't know who I am, and I can't do what Michael Jackson told me to do, to look at the man in the mirror, then where do I get the self-esteem from? Who are my role models? One of the things that you'll notice as you go into the subsidized program is that there's not a lot of dining room tables. That means that we're not communicating. We have to talk about building community wealth. We have to talk about how we share things.
Gentrification is the reinvestment of capital or money into an undervalued urban neighborhood. So it's kind of like the process of someone buying a stock that is undervalued in the hopes that the price is going to rise so they can sell it. On the surface, what you see in gentrification is the middle class people or upper class people moving into a neighborhood where working class people, poor people have been currently living or have been living for quite some time. So there's the social transformation, there's an economic transformation, a social transformation of a neighborhood, and then often there's a physical transformation of the neighborhood as well. Often the streets get cleaner and there's more police officers and there's less crime. But essential to any gentrification, I think this is really the key part, is poor people get displaced. They can no longer afford to live there, either because the rents rise too high, or sometimes the property taxes go up so high that people can't afford to pay their property taxes anymore if they own their property there. But often in a lot of Pittsburgh neighborhoods, it's a racial transformation as well. Pittsburgh's black population is disproportionately poor. Gentrification can also simultaneously be a form of racial cleansing or ethnic cleansing as well.
I get upset when I don't see a jazz concert that comes here. When we promote, they try to say, oh, George Benson is a Pittsburgh native. They promote how Lena Horne performed in the Hill District. They promote Teenie Harris photographs and things of that nature. And then we had a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, Ohio. Again, we have a lot to do in terms of growing and being diverse as a city.
Pittsburgh is a tale of two cities. In recent years, you've had magazines named Pittsburgh America's most livable city. America's most livable city for who? You have on one hand, new green technology. You have Google, and you have the technology and the biotechnology industries thriving here in Pittsburgh, driven by CMU, the University of Pittsburgh. All of these opportunities are not accessible to young black people or black people in general because they don't have the education nor the job skills to be included in those industries. Young people drop like flies. You know, young people be misguided and uneducated and don't try to do something about it. You know, young girls just being exploited. You know, I can't just stand by and just watch the disrespect and the mistreatment of women without saying something. From the African diaspora, people of African descent have it hard everywhere. There's always people who stand up, and they stand up and they say, hell no, you're not gonna do that. And I feel like I wanna be one of those people.